Lisa Denae Live starts now, only on Stunner Radio, the heart and soul of the culture.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lisa Denae, and it is Friday, October 15th. OMG. We are halfway there, you guys. We're halfway through October. We have a wonderful show for you guys tonight. It is the Boss Up Edition. And you know, we got the Boss Up Boot Camp coming up here in Houston, Texas. So I had to bring the boss, the biggest boss besides Rick Ross. Lisa the Boss Lady is here tonight. And we have a very special guest, Quisha Hamilton. She's going to be one of the vendors, the wonderful vendors that's going to be at the Boss Up Boot Camp. You guys, you cannot miss this event. It's going down next Saturday in Houston, Texas. So if you're in Houston and the surrounding areas, I hope to see you there. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to shout out the fact that it is October. It is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and that is why I have on my purple lips, just in honor of domestic violence awareness. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit of greater detail further in the show. You know, we got to give a shout out. I love our listeners. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. We have a new country that popped up this week listening to us here on Stunner Radio, and that is none other than Zimbabwe. Hello, Zimbabwe. I'm so happy that you guys are with us. You joined us this week. I hope that you will join us every week and just, you know, be here with us. And I just appreciate you guys so much. Want to give a shout out to the Down for the Underground Awards for the nomination for Stunner Radio. And I got to tell you later about another event that Stunner Radio is going to be a part of. But before we do any of that, I'm going to introduce my guest for tonight. Going to take a quick break, you guys, and we'll be right back with my very special guest, Lisa the Boss Lady and Quisha Hamilton. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. This show is sponsored in part by Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, offering quality tax preparation, serving clients nationwide. For more information, visit www.flatfeecreditandtax.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. Hey, I told you we would be
right back.
We are right back, and I have two beautiful, wonderful, special guests with me tonight. None other than, y'all know who it is, Lisa the Boss Lady, big hair, don't care, in the building.
The big boss. Happy Friday, y'all. I like to say Friday because here comes the weekend. And y'all, we are 1 week away from the Boss Up Boot Camp, and I'm so excited. I got my bags today, the swag bags, and I'm about to start stuffing them like crazy bananas. And it's so crazy. I have to stop myself from stuffing these bags. Y'all get so many goodies in the swag bag. So I'm excited about everything we got going on. I'm excited about my beautiful cousin on the screen, Miss Quisha Hamilton.
Yes.
Hey, how's everyone?
From Glamorous Trendsetters. I love the name. I love the name.
Thank you.
So Quisha, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I first started in shoes only. And then back in 2013, and then I just elevated because I like fashion, period. So I just elevated and started doing clothes, styling people for different events. And now I have my own boutique coming 2020. In 2020, right in the middle of the COVID, right before COVID, actually. And so I'm still doing good, thank God.
Okay, that's a wonderful story. You know, I think you might have another talent there, because when you were talking, it sounded like you had a little voice there. You said, I started my own boutique. I love fashion.
Don't tell me that, because I'm always thinking I got a little something.
Yeah, I started my own boutique.
You know, it's so crazy. You guys are so much alike. You really are. Yes.
That's what's up. Well, you know, I used to own a boutique several years ago. It was called Glam Life.
Okay.
And so we both do like glamour, clearly.
Yes. Yes, I love it. I love fashion.
Yes. So
and hair.
And nails. I usually have my nails done, but I'm getting a little break.
Yes.
And I do nails as well.
Oh, you do nails also?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yep, I tap in it. Mm-hmm.
The total package. Okay. So I want to say that the Boss Up Boot Camp is such a huge deal because we all know as entrepreneurs that nobody really sits you down and say, don't do this, but do this. Avoid this. Don't do this. If you get stuck, here's where we can help you. So that's why I'm excited about the Boss Up Boot Camp because it's so needed because entrepreneurs, nobody really knows how hard it is to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, it is no joke. People see the glamour side. They see, oh, you guys, they feel like you got a little change. Oh, she getting her coins. Oh, she busy. Oh, she got another location. Or she got this and she got that. But what they don't see is the long nights.
The struggle and the stress behind it all.
Yes. The sacrifice. The nights.
And what you said is true.
And when you do get stuck as an entrepreneur. And sometimes you hit a wall in your business, and it's very difficult, especially as Black business owners and Black women, to get help because it seems like for some reason people don't want to help you. They don't want to tell you to help you. So Lisa, what made you want to do the Boss Up Boot Camp?
What exactly what you just said, because nobody wants to go out there and help the next person. Nobody wants to say, here, do this. No, don't do this. Let's do this. And then if they do, they say it in a way to tear you down. They say it in a way to discourage you. That's not my way. My way is never, to discourage anybody, never to tear anybody down. I am the sunshine bringer. I am the cheerleader. So I want to tell you what to do in a way that's going to be constructive to you. And one thing that the gift that I possess is understanding. I understand your side. I understand my side. And I can find a way for us to meet in the middle so that we can get an understanding and everybody can walk away successful. And that's what the purpose is, for everybody to be successful, for people to learn the skills that nobody else is willing to share and nobody else is willing to tell you. And a lot of people, they feed into this mentality where, oh, this is oversaturated. That is oversaturated. Oh, this is this and this is that. Everybody can eat. I don't care if we all out here booking travel. Everybody can eat. I don't care if we all out here doing makeup. Everybody can eat, because what you do and what I do is two different things. And I don't want for that to be perpetuated where people keep discouraging other people, dragging other people down. We need to get this information out there, and we need to do it in a way that we're not making somebody's crown fall off while we're straightening it.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And I really like what you said about people saying things are oversaturated. Now, I don't think we really know how many people there are in the world. There's millions and billions of people. We don't need to worry about, especially now in the age of internet marketing. I mean, your customers are all over the world. So I'm not competing with you for your neighbor. You can have your neighbor. You know what? You can have your church members. You can have your book club. You can have all them people. I'm not competing with you to get your clients. And I love what you said, because even where we live in Houston, Texas, there's over 1 million people just in Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need. Just give me 100,000 of those people. Y'all can have the rest. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Yeah, just give me 100,000. We good.
Well, your customer is going to find you. And that's what people need to understand. I can't steal your customer. I can't do that. If I'm providing a service that they like better, they're going to find me.
That's true.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true in a lot of cases. But, I think, unfortunately, you can steal somebody's customer.
You can try to.
Because if their quality is not up
unknowingly.
But it's not. It's kind of like stealing somebody's man. If he was stolen, maybe he wasn't yours.
And if he was able to be stolen, then what value is he of to you? Because if you can steal my customer, then I'm not doing something right, or that customer, I don't need that.
Yeah. And we know that customer service nowadays is lacking. And
it is.
Unfortunately, people have to learn professionalism. They have to learn customer service. they have to learn that your business don't survive without your clients or your customers.
Exactly.
It's not survive.
And I've been having some of my customers I've been having since I started in 2013 up to now 2021. So
wow, that's great.
I'm really blessed about that part.
That means you're doing something right, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have do you have a problem as far as the negativity that comes with owning a Black business and thinking, like, a lot of times that a lot of entrepreneurs, they give up and they get discouraged because the next Black woman is, oh, she thinks she are doing this with her little, and they are good for the little, her little this, her little that. So have you had any problems with that?
Actually, I haven't. I haven't had any negativity, but I did at one point I did stop, or I'm not going to say I stopped, but I did slow down and I started, because I'm in the medical field as well. And the reason why I got back in actually is because of my customers and my clients was, texting me every day or inboxing me on social media and like, hey, Quisha, what's up? You're not posting anything different. Are you still in business or what? So that made me like, okay, they really, they good for me. They really messed with me. So I just stopped the medical field altogether and I just went full-fledged into my business. So I'm blessed about that part. And no, I have to answer your question. No, I haven't had any negativity. So that's good.
That's definitely a blessing.
I can't say that. Yeah, it is a blessing. I can't say that. I haven't had any of that. I had some copycats, but I am a trendsetter, so I just look at it like that. So I am a glamorous trendsetter, so I'm setting trends for the next person. So
absolutely. And I don't think it would bother you if you did. If they did do that to you, I don't think it would bother you. I think you would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. Oh, okay. Then I had to say, okay, but you are a trendsetter, so you setting trends out here. So, hey, go ahead. Because we all different. We all sell different things. We all have different styles. And, hey, so.
Let's get into that for a minute. So, because I want to be honest about the fact that when I first started doing business, I didn't like it. I didn't like it when a person that I knew who had no interest in what I was doing before I started doing it decided all of a sudden they want to do it.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel that.
At first, I didn't like that. I was just like, get your own path, get your own life. Why you got to do what I do? But then as I grew older and started to mature, I realized that some people don't know what to do with their life. And sometimes they are looking at you for direction. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they're not you. So they can try it, but it may not necessarily work for them or how it's working for you.
Exactly. Right? And I can agree with that. Most definitely can agree with that. Because my husband actually had to tell me, like, hey, like you said, I was like, he was like, but you are a trendsetter. I said, there you go. That's the mind frame I'm going to keep right there. I am a trendsetter. So they trending off of me.
So I mean, you have to. You have to look at it that way.
Yeah, I did have to look at it that way because I was starting to get a little salty, like, when this occurred? So, but at the end of the day, like you said, people are looking at what you're doing and they thinking it's coming easy, I guess, because I'm making it look easy, I guess. But so that's just, they have to find out on their own. Come to me with questions, or I even have people come to me and be like, what vendors do you use? I'm looking like, are you serious? You'll never know what vendors I'm using, ever. Just like I went and did the research, you have to do the research. Nothing got handed to me. I started from the scratch, and hey, I'm with it now.
I do see that a lot. I see a lot of people asking for vendors, and I see a lot of people refusing to share their vendors. I agree and disagree on both sides, because I don't think that it would hurt anybody to share their vendor, because you still do what you do and they still do what they do. So what you do is going to be different. But at the same time, it just like it wasn't handed to you. Sometimes you have to have some kind of accountability to pull your boots on and do some work. Exactly. So I understand that part, but I don't see a problem with, helping the next person. I wouldn't say hand them the vendors, but I would tell them where to look.
Oh yeah, I tell them where to look, but I won't handle my vendors. That's not that I'm not doing. I'll give them some pointers, but just as far as letting them know exactly where my vendors coming from, no, because I went deep for my vendors. Yeah.
I think for me, I share my vendors, certain vendors. When I had my boutique,
yeah, certain vendors.
I shared certain vendors because A, I knew you don't have the buying power that I have, so go ahead.
Yeah.
And B, I knew it's a wholesaler, so you got to have your licensing in place.
That too, and I do let them know that. Mm-hmm.
Don't contact them. So I really wasn't worried about it, but I did share because I felt like if you're willing to put the work in and the money behind it, you can work with this vendor. But it ain't a type of vendor that you just gonna go buy one item.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work like that. So I would share those type of vendors because I already knew the person that was asking was just trying to get a better price than what I was selling it for.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
I wanted them to understand. Yeah, you can get a wholesale price, but you're gonna have to buy 30 of them.
Yes,
so go right on ahead, ma'am.
You know? And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand the nature of business. A lot of people, they think that they can cut a corner and they end up putting themselves in a bad spot trying to cut that corner, trying to cut out, you know, the person that is in business, trying to cut out the middleman per se, and you end up in a bad spot. I see it all the time, especially with travel, because people, I found it cheaper on Expedia, but I was in an airport and this guy, I was trying to get on a flight standby because I wanted to go home, and he was standing there just cursing the gate agent out, like cursing her out, like really, really bad. You do a horrible job. You're just, and he was cursing, saying these things, and he's towering over this lady, and I'm just looking at him like I'm scooting over to the right every time he says something, and she says, "Sir, you did it through Expedia. I can't touch it because it was Expedia. I can't touch it." Mm-hmm. Well, my flight was canceled, and you're the people who were doing the flight. And she was like, "But you booked it through Expedia, and they canceled it. I can't touch it because you booked it through Expedia." Mm-hmm. And so when he calmed down, I told him, I said, "Sir, don't do that anymore. Don't book through Expedia, because when you go to the supplier, they can't help you. Only Expedia can help you, and they just told you that you have to wait 3 business days, right? That's what's gonna happen." So when people do those types of things, try to bypass you because they wanted a cheaper price or whatever, they end up either realizing that what you do is not just no little business, mm-hmm. and that what they tried to do didn't help or didn't hurt anybody but themselves.
Right.
So that's why I don't see the harm in it. But I believe that people do need to learn the value of hard work, because people are handing people too many things these days.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with, giving you pointers or just, telling you how to get started, but I'm just not I'm just not finna hand you over. I mean, I'm not going to say I never did, but it's probably a vendor that I first started with, I don't even use anymore. I'm just going to say that. But as far as my upcoming new vendors, no, I'm not sharing my vendors. No, because I just feel like no one handed it to me, and I'm not handing it to you. And but like I said, I will, take you step by step and letting you know, hey, you need to do this and you need to do that, ABC. But I'm just not gonna go straight give you ABC and you don't have to work for it. You got to work for it. Well, I think you'll respect your business more if you work for it.
Yeah, it's like Lisa said. Sometimes people want to cut corners.
Exactly.
And they look at it as if, oh, she's selling clothes, or she's selling accessories, or she's selling jewelry, or whatever you're selling. Oh, I could just buy it and sell it too. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Exactly. You need to know what you're doing. You need to have a business plan. You need to know who your target market is. You need to know the trends, the current fashion trends. Mm-hmm. You need to know what's going to sell and what's not, or you'll waste your money buying stuff that ain't nobody buying no more. Mm-hmm. So it's more than just buying something and reselling it. And I think that's the unfortunate part of people trying to get into stuff. They don't even know the back part of it. They just see the front line. Oh, she's vending at this event. She's getting a lot of sales. I think I want to do that too. So I think that's why I'm happy and excited about the Boss Up Bootcamp, because it'll give people more information about what's really happening and what's really going on and why they're stuck, why they're not successful, or why their business is not growing. Because unfortunately, we do make it look easy, but it's not easy.
At all.
It's not easy at all.
At all.
So So Quisha, tell us a little bit about your boutique. What sets your boutique apart, and what would you say to someone who's looking for what you're selling? What would be your pitch, and how do you see your boutique?
Well, I personally personalize in 1-piece and 2-piece sets because I think it's just easier to, just easier just instead of you just finding a shirt here and a pants there. So because I love jumpsuits and one pieces and stuff like that. So that's what see some of the stuff in the background. So that's what I usually do. And I also do regular size and I do plus size as well. I try to get the same thing as or an average size woman and a plus size woman. So I try to get the same type of style. So, it won't be like, oh, like, I wish I can wear it. Girl, you can. It's right here at the boutique. You can wear it. I got it in your size. That's my favorite thing. I got it in your size. Trust and believe me, I do. No discrimination. I work with all sizes of women. And I love working with all sizes of women. And I love for women to feel beautiful when they put my clothes on. I want you to feel glamorous. I want you to feel like when you step out, like, hey, you stepping out in the world and the world is looking at you and the world is yours. I just that's why I came up with the name Glamorous, because I like for my customers to feel glamorous and beautiful.
Yes.
So, and I love odd things. So mostly the things that I get is odd. So you can't just go like to any store and just purchase it because it's different and it's odd.
It's unique.
So, yeah, it's unique. Yeah.
So what is your price point?
My price? I didn't hear you.
Your price. What are your price points for like an average 2-piece set or average jumpsuit?
They can range between $20 to $70. So I try to stay like in a, where everyone can buy. I'm not gonna lie. I have some pieces that's probably maybe $80, maybe $100 almost, but for the most part, it's pretty reasonable. Like start from $20 and up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you guys are out there and you're going to be at the Boss Up Boot Camp, you need to stop by Glamorous.
Yeah, stop by. Glamorous Trendsetters.
Yes. Y'all need to stop by her
have
booth.
Sales like from $5. Sometimes they have stuff for $1.75. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I think you're muted. Lisa.
I did do that. I've looked at some of the stuff and some of it is very like glamorous, like glam type. But some of it, I like it. It's like regular, trendy, like cute little outfits that's casual. Yeah. I really like your stuff. And I like the fact that you do have like every size. Like you can't accommodate everybody. The big girl stuff go fast, but
yes, it does. Actually, it does. It really does. It really does, and it's surprising. It really does.
Well, it's a lot of big women in Texas. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to be cute too.
Thick. That's what I say. Not big, thick, sexy, baby.
I love it.
So I want to talk a little bit about the Boss Up Boot Camp, Lisa, because I think that people may think, oh, I don't need that. I'm already in business. So why would I need to go to that? So just like Quisha, sell it to people. Just like I asked her, what would you tell to a potential customer? What would you say to somebody who says, I don't really need that. My business is doing fine. Why would I come to this event?
The main thing that I need for everybody to understand, especially if you're an entrepreneur, is you never stop needing training. You don't ever want us to feel that you're at that place where, oh, I don't need that. If you feel that way, you need it, because it doesn't matter how much you know, you can always know more. And if you're the smartest person in a room that you're sitting in, then you need to find yourself another room, because that room is not going to grow you. You always have to be learning and moving and doing something. Hey, And so you can always learn more and more and more. And something that I've learned, you guys know I do travel. We have a meeting every Thursday, and this meeting has been every Thursday since 2015, right? And I used to go to that meeting every Thursday for 2 years straight, every Thursday. And they said the same thing every Thursday. But now I can tell you that thing in my sleep. Now, when somebody asks me a question, I can answer it. But we also had guest speakers come. And when somebody different comes to sell you the same thing, they say it a different way. Maybe you can get it a little different. Maybe the next person can get it a little different. So what I say, you may not get, or what you have been listening to, you may not be getting. But when I say it, you may hear it different. When Lisa says it, you may hear something different. And not only that, not only will you hear something different, but you'll be able to tell your customer something different. You'll be able to tell your customer another point of view or another way, because maybe you've been driving your customers away and they don't say anything. Maybe they are your customers out of a sense of loyalty, or because you do have that thing that they like, but your personality leaves something to be desired, or your customer service leaves something to be desired. You have no idea what you're going to hear. So never, ever stop learning.
Hey, brother. My brother Sam is watching. Hey, brother.
Hey, Sam.
Hey. So, yeah, I agree with you. You can never stop learning. Never stop getting tips and pointers. It's just like parents who feel like they don't need to go to parenting classes. Now, I will say this: some parenting classes don't be about nothing. They be telling you the basics, and you're like, "What? I've been through that." But you never stop learning as a parent, and it's the same with a business. Because I don't know about y'all, but my business is my baby. So I look at it just like my baby. So I don't care how much I think I know. I'm always trying to do more, learn more, do better, and grow my baby. So I always look for greater opportunities to learn more. So that's why I wanted to be a part of the Boss Up Boot Camp. And that's why I think it's important for people to attend.
Even if you went to somewhere a training that was a sorry training, it was a sucky training, right? You still learned at least one thing. It does not matter whether the training was horrible or not. You still learned that one thing, even if that one thing was don't go to that training anymore. You still learned one thing. And that's something that we need to understand. In every situation that we're given, you learn something, whether you liked it or not. And most of the time when you don't like it, that's when you learn the most.
Yeah. And not to mention the fact that you're always in a position to meet people when you go to places like this.
Yes.
When you go to a place where other business people are going to be there, you need to be there.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who's going to be not just your next customer, but maybe your next sponsor. Maybe somebody who can put you on to something even bigger and better. That's not on the program. It could be somebody who's just an attending, somebody's attending the event. So that's why I tell people, don't ever miss the opportunity to network, find new clients, find new customers. And then, especially for our vendors, even if you have people that are saying, oh, I don't have the money today. I know I've gone to shows and I didn't have the money. And I was like, girl, I want that bag. Can I have your card? Because I really do want that bag. And I would contact the people and say, hey, I'm going to get 2 of them bags now. I got a little change. So even for the vendors, you never miss an opportunity. You always want to make contact with customers and potential customers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, these swag bags are going to have business cards from every person that's there that has a card. If you have a card, we're going to stick it in there. So you're going to be able to network with so many businesses. If I have a couple of people that say they have samples, so I might have a little something for you in the bags too. So you can even try, some of the products. I like to stuff bags. I love to put goodie bags together. So
I just feel like the people need to know that when you come to the Boss Up Boot Camp, it's not about us getting in front of you and patting ourselves on the back and saying, well, you know, I'm Lisa Denae and I own Stunner Radio and I've done this, that, and the third. No, it's about us being real and telling you, look, this how I did A, B, and C. Yeah. Because we know as entrepreneurs, me and Lisa, the boss lady, La Flower, Miss Cat, all the people that are going to be speaking, we know for sure how hard it is. We've been there. We're still there.
Absolutely. And that's what the purpose is. You know, because a lot of us, you know, people do that a lot, and it's annoying. Like I'm in a few multi-level marketing, you know, opportunities, and they get up there and yes, I make 6 figures, and all I do is wear red bottoms and Burberry and Range Rover, and you know, no, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is how you got there to those red bottoms and that Range Rover, and to let you know that that is not what defines you, because you can be a leader, you can be a 6-figure earner, but if the people under you are not eating, you are not a boss. If your team is not eating, you're not a boss.
I agree with that.
So we want to teach you how to be a boss. I agree with that somewhat. If your team is not eating, you may have to work on some of your boss techniques, because if you got a team, you a boss. Because I'm sorry, it's hard to build a team.
It
really is.
Yeah. But see, everybody on your team, you might have to tweak your boss techniques, because everybody on your team don't want to feed themselves. And a true boss can't be.
That's a little different.
Cannot spoon feed you. You don't have time to spoon feed you. So,
that's right.
If I set the table and I put the meal before you, you got to eat on your own. So I agree with you, and I know what you're saying. You can't be all at the top and everybody else starving. Then yeah, you're not a boss, you're a pimp. But if you have a team, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm just saying. If
you gotta reach your hand back down. You gotta pull them back with you. Now, if you reach your hand back down and they won't take your hand, that's something completely different. You know, if I'm telling you come sit at my table and eat, and what you got? You ain't got this at your table. You said you were hungry.
Or not even that. You know what I see a lot, and the reason why I don't just take anybody on my team is the fact that it's people that want to say, oh, I see all the food. Can you put it in my mouth? Can you feed me? Can you chew it for me too? Look, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, me neither.
I can provide the sustenance for we all can eat, but I cannot hold your hand and I cannot spoon feed you.
That's a fact.
And I think that's part of business, and that is part of the coaching that we're going to be doing at the Boss Up Bootcamp, because I think, unfortunately, social media have made people lazy, and they feel like, well, I'm posting my business every day. Posting, that ain't enough.
No, it's not.
Everybody posting their business. You got
to
go after what you want. You have to go after it. You have to put yourself in front of your clients in more ways than one, not just social media. You got to do it in person. You got to do it through email. You got to make some phone calls. It's a whole lot that you have to do to be.
And that's true.
So people will just feel like, oh, I'm posting. Can you help me? No, I'm not going to spoon feed you. I'm going to give you the game, but you got to actually play it for yourself.
That goes back to what I was saying earlier.
I do agree that social media has contributed to people being lazy. Sometimes that one who seems slow just may need a little push, because most of them have great value. That is absolutely true. And I am that cheerleader that's going to push you, but I can't want it more than you.
Exactly.
But I'm just going to say this, because I'm a different type of leader. I can't push you every day. Everybody had a moments where you got to push them and lift them. I have those. But if I got to push you every single day, maybe you're not going in the path that you need to be on. Maybe you need to be doing something different. You know,
I can agree with that, because it has to be a passion. It has to be something that you want, something that you live, breathe, and eat. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be a passion. So
absolutely,
if it's not your passion, it's just something you just doing, then hey, it's not going to work for you at all.
That's a very good point you make, Quisha, because I was just talking about that with my son, and I was talking to him about how people always want me to join their team in something. They want me to sell Mary Kay. They want me to sell insurance. They want me to sell, because I am a salesperson. But I think what people don't understand is you can't do everything and do it well. Because whatever you do, if you're trying to make a life out of it and really live off of, you got to give your whole self to that thing.
Your whole self.
Yes. So when people look at Gloria Mayfield Banks, for instance, and Mary Kay, she's a multimillionaire off Mary Kay. Well, her whole life is Mary Kay. So, I mean, if you make your whole life Mary Kay, you can be a multimillionaire too. But you can't just go and talk to people on days you feel like it. You can't just have your business cards on days you feel like. Your whole life got to be about what you're trying to succeed in. And I think that's what people don't get. You know?
I agree. And a lot of people overcrowd themselves, you know, with this thing, you know, like me. I have a lot of businesses, but I don't make my life consumed with all of them. I have some that are at the forefront that I put and I pour more into. It can be a passion, but some just never been a part of something. So it may benefit to help seriously, because again, they just had a lack of encouragement. Yes. And that's a lot that's common, a lack of encouragement, which is another reason that I'm here. I am a very motivational type person because it's easy for people to get discouraged and it's not enough people encouraging. I know from my personal experience where when I get discouraged, you know, who's going to hype me up and be my hype man because I'm everybody else's, you know, hype man. When I'm discouraged about the things that I'm discouraged about, it's not that many people or it's not that much encouragement to go around. But usually you gravitate towards, you know, the other type of people. That's why I gravitate towards Lisa, because when I'm not that hype, bubbly Pollyanna person that I am every single time, I can usually get it from her, whether she knows it or not. Not the Pollyanna, but I get the encouragement.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I ain't Pollyanna now. I don't know. But what I am is not a quitter. Like that's what I would say. Two words you will never hear together.
Me neither.
You will never hear that because I'm so tenacious. And it's one thing that one of my kids said to me. He was like, "Mom, growing up, I never seen you want something and not get it." And that's just my lifestyle. But I didn't realize how unusual that is. That's unusual. Some people want something their whole life and never get it. But me, if I want something, I'm going to get that thing.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter how you get it. It doesn't matter what I have to do. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that can be the bad part. That could be the downside. I'm just
saying. It could be. It could, if you look at it that way.
She said, I was like,
necessary.
I'm by any means necessary. Whatever it takes.
Unfortunately, I'm like that with business and personal. That's the bad part. If I could just take that out of my personal life,
me too.
Because if I see a man I want, I'll be like, "What you doing? What's up with you?
How you doing?
Is that your wife or is that your wife's wife?
Because we can fix that, boo boo."
Hey, Alicia Keys said, "Go get your man."
Baby, I'm not gonna let you suffer when you can be blessed. I'm just saying. So y'all know I was gonna clown a little bit. What's that say? Yes, I got a lot from her too.
Also that I forgot to mention earlier.
Thank you, brother.
He said, "Don't start, Lisa." Also, what I forgot to mention earlier about my business that I think that I separate aside from different other businesses, that I also do layaways. So
Very
like so like if you do see something and you want me to hold it, but you don't have all of the money for it, you can always just give me a partial payment for it. So I forgot to say that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because
that's definitely going to set you apart.
Yeah, that helps people because everybody needs to be on a budget.
Exactly.
In these times that we're in.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what's up. So we're gonna take a really quick break and we're gonna come back and talk about a little bit about Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the Boss Up Boot Camp and tell everybody where they can find you and where they can support your business. We will be right back, you guys. We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
Hey, it's your girl, Lisa Denae, owner and general manager of Stunner Radio. We are urban talk radio, broadcasting live and pre-recorded shows 24/7 at stunnerradio.com and all podcast platforms. I'm happy to announce that we are going to be a part of the largest radio and press junket in the state of Texas. That's right. It is the Radio and Press Junket presented by Loud Music. I want to see you there. If you are an artist, you need to be a part of this event. Go to loudmusic.com/press to get your passes, or just click the link in our bio here at Stunner Radio. We're going to be there. Hope to see you there too.
Hey guys, we are back. Hey guys, we are back. We'll be in and out because the Astros playing. Oh, okay.
Go Astros.
No problem, bro. Yes.
Altuve.
So it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, the month of October. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we want to take this time to speak a little bit about those two causes. If you have not gotten a mammogram, ladies, and you are over 40, I would suggest that you go ahead and make an appointment this month. Let this month be a reminder that you need to get a mammogram. Yes, you was going to say something, Quisha?
I'm saying, yeah, that's me. I need to do that.
I need to do it. Yeah, I need to do it. I forgot to. I've been doing it since I was 35 because I have a history on my maternal side. So I've been doing it since I was 35, but I forgot to do it this year. I'm going to have to get that done.
Well, I think we all need to get back on track because I had an appointment right before COVID. And then, they shut everything down. They wasn't doing nothing but COVID, So now that it's kind of easing up, I have to go back and reschedule my mammogram. So everybody, I'm sure everybody is kind of off track with that kind of stuff. So let's be encouraged. I did want to talk a little bit about domestic violence awareness because unfortunately, I feel like people really don't care about women as much as they should. They don't care about domestic violence as much as they should. If you see somebody beating a dog, it'll be more outrage over that than somebody beating a woman. And I think that is extremely unfortunate. And I think we as women have to speak out against them. We definitely have to. I mean, and not just women, because I know women beat on men too.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we have to stand up and say that it's not okay. I think the biggest thing that I learned being an advocate for domestic violence is that there are some people in this world that actually think there are reasons that justify putting your hands on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't feel like there's no reason for you to put your hands on somebody except one.
Man or woman.
If they put their hands on you.
If they put their hands, that's it. If you didn't put your hands on me, I'm not putting my hands on you.
Exactly. And I'm a big advocate about that. As long as you don't touch me, I'm not touching you. I don't care how heated the conversation get. As long as you don't touch me, I'm not touching you.
Right. And then I have heard stories with younger people, like it's just a part of their relationship. If they
it's becoming that way. It seems like just this newer generation is they just have less. If they're more mine, and about me, and less about caring about the other person, about how they feel. And the parents are perpetuating it. They're not stopping it. They're not, teaching them any different. Oh, well, you need to beat them or whatever, if you're not satisfied, they're basically teaching these children to be entitled and teaching them that if they want something and they're entitled to have it, period.
Well, I teach my sons. I have 3. I'm a mother of 3 sons, and I teach my sons, you do not ever have a right to put your hands on anyone. If they put their hands on you and you feel like they can really hurt you and your life in danger, well, then you got a right to defend yourself.
Exactly.
But if it's a person that they hit you, you're not in danger of dying, just get away from them. It's not even worth it. Just leave the situation, leave it alone, and don't go back to it. And for me, I think the biggest problem with domestic violence in my life was the fact that I always wanted to give a person a chance to change. But I had to learn the hard way. People don't change. People are who they are.
People do, but they rarely do. They rarely change.
Change. And we have to teach each other how to recognize red flags, whether it be men or women, because when you're on a date with somebody or you're getting to know somebody, or if your children are dating and getting to know someone, if they have a history of putting their hands on somebody, that's a huge red flag.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people will say, well, she talked too much, or the reason why I hit her was because she hit me.
There's
no reason to put your hands on nobody. So as part of domestic violence awareness, what is the first thing that comes in your mind when you hear that somebody was killed by their partner?
Well, me personally, growing up as a kid, I've witnessed that a lot in my family from the men in my family. And I always said that as a kid, I always knew that, hey, whenever I do get grown and I have a man or whatever, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not playing that. And till this day, I don't play that. So when I do hear stuff like that, it makes me really, really sad. And I hate that they didn't cry out for help or have someone to talk to, or, just to encourage them to leave the situation slowly but surely, or just let them, hey, wake up and see what's going on before that situation even happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel the same way. And I feel sad because I think that a lot of times women do, cry out for help, but it's these phrases that these people, oh, she must like it, she haven't left. Oh, she don't really want to leave. And when you're met with that, it makes it that much harder to leave because you don't have anybody in your corner, and you feel like you already feel like, depending on who the person is, you may feel like that nobody's going to believe you. You may feel, and they're already in your head telling you deserve it, telling you that you can't do better, telling you what you're going to do, what's going to happen. You ain't going to be able to survive without me. Ain't nobody going to want you, those types of things, and not have another person that's not there to say those, oh, well, you must like it, or, oh, because you don't, until you're there, you don't know. I used to be that same, that would never be me. If that was me, I would sit there and get my head beat in until my mind got right, because that's exactly what happened. When you're in the situation, it's completely different. Well,
it's different because people are different, and that's what people don't understand. When you're in an intimate relationship, you know that person, or you think you do. So it's not like they just start out kicking you down, or they just start on the first day slapping you across your face. Yeah. It's gradual.
Yeah, it is gradual
thing. And then when you know them and you love them, you first of all, it's shock. You can't believe it. So you think to yourself, I don't think this was real. I don't think he really meant to do that, because he can't be that crazy. So you try to rationalize it and give them a chance to get it right, because you believe in your heart that they would never hurt you. But what happens is you have to learn. For me, I had to learn. It's something that Sam made a comment. He said he had to break the cycle in his family. That's what I had to learn. Some people come from a family where all they know is violence.
Yeah.
And if that's how they communicate, that's how they react to things. If they punching walls and breaking stuff when they get mad, that's learned behavior. There's not much you can do with that but separate yourself from that person. And unfortunately, women, we're nurturers. So we try to nurture the person back to a healthy outlook. Oh, let's not, let's talk about it. Let's try something different. But once a person is full grown, you gotta understand, you can't re-raise them.
Right.
They're grown. So I want to read Sam's comment. He said, because I went through it with a woman I lived with for 10 years, but I couldn't leave her daughter there with her. So I stayed till the child graduated. Most said I was crazy, but it made me see a lot.
So Sam, were you the one getting abused or something? Because that's what it sounds like.
It wasn't my child, but I couldn't leave her. I think he was the one getting abused, and he knew this lady was abusive, so he didn't want to leave the child in that situation. And I say that is noble. That probably saved that child from a lot of pain. But at the same time, yeah, he says I did. Yeah, that's what it was. At the same time, everybody don't make it out of those type of situations. Lisa and I, from being advocates in this field, we have seen people that was advocates die at the hands of somebody they loved, at the hands of a family member. So it's very hard for us. It's very hard for me. It's very hard for me to encourage somebody to stay in anything. because
me too.
Could be your last day.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm like, look, I can't tell you what to do. You know, that's your husband or your man or whatever. But hey, it's not healthy. It's not going anywhere. It's not healthy, and your life is more important than them putting their hands on you. Absolutely. Your life is way more important. Yes. And trust and believe me, it's plenty more fish out there in the sea. It's a big ocean. It's a big sea. There's a lot of them out there. It's a lot of them. Trust me.
Yes. Now you talking my language.
You can't see it now, but trust me, it'll come. God will bring them. God will bring them to you. That's for sure.
That's what I always say. There's too many men out there to be with a man.
Too many. It's too many.
Life
is just a lesson.
Short for bad sex.
That right there is a lesson for what you know that you don't want to go through anymore, or you know that you are better than that. So the next person will be the reason because of that lesson that you learned.
Mm-hmm. That man might be in Antigua, right, Lisa?
Okay.
In Antigua.
In Antigua or Barbuda, whatever he said. Yes, Lord, y'all tune in to Travel Talk Tuesday because they got all the juice on the island, man. I'm just saying. I want to speak really briefly about verbal abuse because
that's real.
It doesn't get enough attention. A lot of people feel like, oh, he didn't hit you. But things that people say last and they live with you longer than being hit.
Yes, does.
I am very much a witness to that. My first husband was so verbally abusive. He was so verbally abusive. Some of the things that he said to me, and he has passed away. Some of the things that he said to me are still like in there. And my husband be like, no. And I'm just like, you sure? And he's like, no, it's not. That's not that. It's not true. Just things that he said to me make me obsessive about some things that they just wasn't true. He was just saying those things to make me feel less than what I was, because I've always had confidence. I haven't had as much confidence as I have now in a long time because of that. When I used to be, when I was in high school, I wasn't nothing nice, honey. You were lucky to be in my presence. And if you didn't understand it, I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
And when I'm glad you brought that up because, being around the industry, not industry, but those circles of advocates, one thing you will find out is you will be surprised at how many high achieving women, how many overachieving women end up in domestic violence relationships, because sometimes people see that confidence, they see that self-esteem, and they feel like, I need to bring her down a little bit. They see those accomplishments. Yeah, they see those accomplishments and feel like, she thinks she all that. I'm gonna get to her and I'm gonna pull her all the way down, because it happened to me. It happened to me when I was young, and I really was called black so much that I really thought I was very dark skinned. There's nothing wrong with being dark skinned, but it just was an example and showed me that if somebody tell you something long enough, you will start to believe it.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's important to talk about verbal abuse when it comes to children, when it comes to relationships, even friendships. I know that a lot of people are okay with calling each other names, especially black people. We'll call each other a nigga in a minute, a bitch in a minute, or whatever. But sometimes we have to put some boundaries on that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because the things you say to people, even though you may say it in a joking way, it lasts, it live with them for a long time. People will say an offhanded compliment like, oh, wow, you're so pretty for a big girl. Okay, don't tell me that. I'm just pretty.
Right.
Because they know that last part of the compliment is going to stay with you.
It's backhanded. Right.
Yes. So I feel like women and men, everybody, even my children, I teach them. I told y'all on one of my previous shows where I was just talking to my baby boy, and I said, oh, you need to slow down on the snacks, babe. You're getting a little thick. He said, Mom, don't body shame me. And I was like, okay, 11-year-old.
You see?
I wasn't mad because I taught him to stand up for himself. I taught him to do that. And it really checked me because I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even realize that I was doing it.
Yeah.
So that's why we got to teach people young. We got to teach them young, because what happens is people will get you young when you still forming and still developing, and tell you ain't no good, you fat, you're not attractive, you don't know what you're doing. And then, like you said, Lisa, it will follow you for years. And you'll be trying to overcompensate for something that you ain't even lacking in.
Yes.
Or if you have kids, nobody not gonna want you with this amount of kids and this, that, and the other.
Yep.
Girl,
I was told that too.
Me too.
My ex-husband said that to me when I was pregnant with my baby boy.
Not my husband, but my kid's dad. Yeah, he told me that too.
Yeah, he said, you already got 2 boys and you finna have this third. So I know you're not gonna leave me, because ain't nobody gonna want you. But see, what he didn't know is that I was over that stage in my life. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. So I said, Negro, I don't care if I got 12 kids and cellulite from here to Georgia, I'm always gonna pull a man, baby. Because not only am I beautiful, I'm smart as hell. So who don't want that? So I'm not even
I ever didn't get that I wanted. Look at how I used to look like when I was 400 pounds. Doesn't matter. The only man I ever did not get that I wanted was T.I., and I'm still coming.
And you still don't want him. When you get him, you're gonna realize. Yeah, when you get him, you're gonna be like, Tiny, come get your man.
Come on, get it.
Come on and get him.
I'm finished.
Clifford.
Yes. But thank you guys so much. We are so close to being out of time. Thank y'all so much for being on the show. I want to, reiterate that the Boss
Thanks
Up.
for having me.
I can't wait to see your stuff on next Saturday. I want to reiterate to everybody, it's Saturday, October 23rd, the Boss Up Boot Camp. We have wonderful speakers. This is the inaugural event for Lisa the Boss Lady, but don't think it's the last one, honey, because she's coming to sitting near you.
Yeah, we're already planning the next one.
Hey.
That's what's up. So you guys know that on Lisa Denae Live, I try to do, some fun things here and there. And in honor of Halloween, Friday, we're going to be doing Freaky Friday. So we're going to be using not that type of freaky. Well, that type of freaky is for after the show. You know what I'm saying?
After party.
Anyway, yeah, that part. We're going to be using the Reface app for Freaky Friday. So you guys join me every Friday. Download the Reface app. Have some fun with your girl. I'm going to show you my latest Reface as we celebrate the Halloween month with Freaky Friday. Here we go.
Yes, Lisa. Yes.
Okay.
So, if you guys like putting your face on other people's bodies as much as I do, join us for Freaky Friday with the Reface app. Download the Reface app and join me. Put your Reface photos or videos in the comments of this show. If you're watching the replay, let me see your videos. Let me see your photos for Freaky Friday, you guys. I want to thank my very special guests. Of course, Lisa the Boss Lady is not a guest, but she's a guest tonight. And CEO of Glamorous Trendsetters, Quisha Hamilton. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, guys. I really enjoyed it. I'm like, dang, we finished already.
I know.
We were just getting started.
I know. It always goes by so fast. But anything that you guys want to leave our viewers and listeners with about anything, just whatever's on your heart. Quisha, I'm gonna start with you.
I just want to say, strive for what you want in life. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Just go for what you want, go for what you know. And in the month of the awareness for I got a brain freeze for the awareness month of abuse. I just want to say to always keep your head up to God and always focus on yourself. Don't let anyone tell you anything different or make you feel any less of the person that you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lisa, the boss lady.
I definitely do want to say for domestic violence awareness, please be aware that anything that you're doing that is hurting you is an abusive relationship. It doesn't matter if it's with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your cousin, whoever it is. If it is something that is hurting you and you're pouring all of you into something that is just hurting you and you're getting nothing in return but hurt, it's an abusive relationship and it is okay to walk away from it. Doesn't matter who it is. Love you more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What a segue into the video that we're leaving with, Love Myself More by your girl, Lisa Denae. I want to dedicate this episode of my show to Carmen Hendricks and Kenneth Tucson. You know, the pain just never go away when you lose somebody to domestic violence. And no matter how many times I say their names, every time I say their names, it hurts because I feel like they should be here. So you guys, beautiful. So you guys, I want to encourage y'all to take it seriously. It's no joke.
Please do.
If you are in an abusive relationship, the last fight could be literally your last fight.
Exactly.
So I want to encourage you to take it seriously. If you need help, get help. Seek help. We're going to leave you with my video, Love Myself More. I thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.
I love myself more. Okay, it's on again. You singing that same old song again. If you love me,
okay,
come on, Lisa. But you wrong again. My skin got used to bruising. I just got used to choosing what you want or what I want, but now I'm sick and tired. So you can take away the house and cars, 'cause every day I got to live with the pain and scars from you. And all these years you had me thinking I was crazy, but you gon' learn today, 'cause guess what, it's your turn today. Boy, bye, I gotta go. Boy, you know I love you, but I love myself more. I just can't live like this no more. Boy, you know I love you, but I love myself more. I gave you I thought that you loved me, but I'm wiping these tears to live my life, 'cause I gotta love me. I got a new life, God bless me, I don't need these problems no more. So you can wish upon a falling star inside your foreign car. Oh yeah, I love you, but I love myself more. Boy, bye, I gotta go. Boy, you know I love you, but I love myself more. I just can't live like this no more. Boy, you know I love you, but I love myself more. I gave you years of my life, I thought you loved me, but I'm wiping these tears to live my life, 'cause I gotta love me. You say you love me, but then you hurt me. But see, I love myself more, boy, you don't.
Are you looking for ways to take your business to the next level? Well, Houston, we have a solution. The Boss Up Bootcamp is here to help you level up. Join Lisa the Boss Lady and her amazing roster of speakers that will give you the inside scoop on turning your side hustle into multiple streams of income. This is your year to level up, but don't delay. Register now before it's sold out. Visit www.lisathebosslady.com to register for this event and for more information. That's Lisa, L-Y-S-A, bosslady.com. Remember, you gotta be in it to win it. So register today and don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.